Hey, Becca.
Hey, I love your background.
Thanks.
So you're on your patio in LA?
Yep, we're outside. Morrison's over here.
Aw,
This is our little front yard space. It's really nice.
it's adorable. I love that.
Yeah, it's great. We actually sit out here all the time. Like, people out here keep their doors open, so we do. It's great. It's really fun.
That's awesome. I'm so jealous. It looks gorgeous there.
It's great. Yeah. Well, actually today we spent the day at the beach and it was cloudy the whole day because there's this thing called June gloom happening. So it's like hazy. And then in the afternoon it all burns off. So like at the time it was supposed to call, I was like, oh my God, like the sun finally came out. But it's okay. It'll be out tonight.
Nice.
How about you? What are you up to over there? Are you in your living room, the dining room?
It's the dining room.
Oh.
Yeah, it was the only spot that I could get like a nice clean background. I was like, we have a ton of windows, which is awesome, but everywhere else there was
the
windows. Yeah, the lighting was just crazy. Plus Fenway right now is under the table, and if I were to sit anywhere else, he would want to be like on my lap. So he's good right now.
Yeah, for now.
I know.
Anyway,
we'll see. You'll probably hear him in a minute.
It's 5:00 over here in California. So cheers.
Cheers. It is 8:00 here, but unfortunately I have lemonade in my glass because of a little baby on the way. No more wine for 8 more weeks. Or 7. Oh my gosh, 7 more weeks. And then I can join you with wine.
I read this meme, the other day, and it was like, true love, like, is not just carrying your baby, but it's avoiding wine for 9 months.
I love that. I told Clint in the delivery room I want sushi and wine, and that's it. Just like bring it to my platter when I'm done. I miss sushi so much.
Baby.
I guess before I jump into my labor request, I should maybe introduce myself to anyone that's watching. Now that they know what I'm going to have in my delivery room. So we can, I guess, go through introductions so that way people know who we are. Yeah. So I'm Becca, and I live like right outside DC on the Maryland side. And I live with my husband, Clint, and my lovely dog, Fenway, who's being exceptionally good right now. And we have a little baby on the way in August. And then, so for work, I am a BCBA, and I own a business with a really good friend, and we provide services for kids with autism, pretty standard for this field. But I decided to go back to school in the fall to get my PhD in developmental psychology. So that way I can get a little bit of expansion from just that ABA tunnel vision that so many people seem to have.
Yeah. It's awesome. So me, I am also a BCBA, board certified behavior analyst, and I currently live in Jersey City, which is right across the river from New York City. So I'm like 10 minutes from the city.
That doesn't look like Jersey City behind you.
Oh, you're right. So I am actually currently in California. We're living in Venice Beach for the summer. We just had a dream to do it, so we made it happen. So yeah, I'm currently sitting on my front patio in Venice, California. It's great.
Awesome.
But yes, when we're not here, we're in Jersey, New Jersey. And currently for work, I'm kind of doing like different projects, which I'm really excited about. In addition to also, working with kids with autism in their homes and their families, which I just love. So yeah.
Nice.
And we have known each other for,
oh my God,
how many years? I was thinking about that earlier.
Okay, let me think.
I think since 2013.
Was it? Yeah, that sounds right. So that's 8, 7, 6. So but 5, a little over 5 years.
I think a little over 5.
Wow.
That would be right, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
Yeah, it feels like longer and shorter at the same time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I feel like I've known you forever. I've known your fiance forever.
I know.
But I also feel like it's like, oh, we still have so many cool ideas that we like come across. And it's like, you would have thought over 5 years we would have touched on this before. But it's like the first time that we're ever having this conversation, that need for balance, even though I feel like we both knew it, like it was just kind of went unspoken for so long.
Yeah. I think that's actually why we probably have always connected so well, and we like kind of bonded initially. Because I remember where we were when we met, we were both like, and we kind of, you know, we're talking balance maybe unknowingly, but that's probably why we connect so great. And we're very different people. So we have a nice balanced friendship and business relationship too.
I agree. I know, like, because when we met, we both felt like there was this, and that might have been one of our first experiences with it actually, but this kind of like type of BCBA that we had encountered where they didn't have great perspective. They didn't really see outside of the field. And they had these egos, and it was really hard, I think, for both of us to work under someone like that and feel like, wait a second, we're supposed to be loving this job. You know, we're giving back. We're working in a field that we absolutely love, that we want to be doing. You know, why are we so unhappy in this position? And I think that was kind of what started our conversation. We didn't have a name for it. We still don't have a name for it. But it's like, for me at least, part of this need for balance, or the conversation about balance, is making sure that I don't become one of those tunnel vision, egotistical, like unaware BCBAs.
Yeah. And I'm sure that's in, you know, I assume in many fields, not just ours, but it's affecting us. So we're going to talk about it here. But, you know, maybe people in other fields can also find, you know, use of our group, or the hopefully techniques that we come up with to kind of bring ourselves back to a more balanced lifestyle. Because it's tough. It's hard. And I think you touched on a really good point. You know, we come into this field because we love to serve others. We like to, you know, see people's lives change for the better. And I think it's, hey, Fenway.
Fenway. Come here,
I think it's a real bummer when you think you're doing something you really love and you are stressed all the time. You're anxious. You are not enjoying life outside of work. And, you know, really we work because, you know, we need the money, but we're also in a field that I think the majority of people do it because they love it too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're so right about all of that. And it makes me think about what do we do, you know, in our own lives that makes sure to create that balance, you know. And I know that you're doing some awesome things this summer while you're in California. You're not just vacationing on the beach every day like I would be doing. What kinds of things are you doing? Because you're doing like a training, right?
I think it was over a year ago where I was, you know, really stressed out in a job I had, and you know, I had kind of lost that love of the field, which I was so disappointed by. You know, I love it. So I did have a job where I was able to kind of get back into it and fall in love with it again. And in that time too, my fiance and I really wanted to travel, and that's important to us. So I know it's crazy, but decided to move to California for a couple months.
So cool.
And I know it was crazy in the moment when we were trying to figure it all out. Like, how is this going to work logistically? Like, we have for him, it was a little bit easier. But for me, it was definitely, you know, fitting in different puzzle pieces. So long story short, it all worked out. And I was able to make it happen. and now I look back and I'm like, wow, yeah, this is really cool. But you're right. Yeah. I'm doing a which I've always wanted to do. In fact, we used to do in Virginia, when we had our business meetings, we do yoga and wine and cheese and ABA. But no, I've always wanted to do a yoga training, so I'm gonna do it. And I'm really diving into the active literature, acceptance and commitment therapy, and it's, you know, a lot of BCBAs are talking about it right now, and they should be. So I'm really excited to learn more about it and apply the principles to my life, and hopefully, you know, some of the people that we work with. And so yeah, I'm really excited about that. I'm working with a company now that really gives me the opportunity to do what I love and explore different avenues of ABA, which I'm so grateful for. So yeah.
That's so cool. I'm just so impressed.
The yoga stuff. Yeah.
I'm so impressed that it all came together. I mean, that's amazing. It's so hard to make happen. And I feel like you just kind of did it, and now you're in the middle of it. And it just seems like anyone looking from the outside would be like, wow, you know, that is amazing that you're able to do that, and that you're at a point where you can start to pursue those other avenues within the field.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Thanks. Yeah. Really yeah. I'm excited about it. Thank you. It feels good to, you know, this was, you know, months and months in the making, and to have done it and, you know, be continuing to work and learn and have a great time traveling out here. It's a great opportunity. And I would really, you know, suggest to anybody, if you have the opportunity to travel or do something that you've always wanted to do it. Find a way to make it happen, because you only live once. So it's important to do the things that really, you know, feed your soul. So
awesome.
Yeah. On that note, you know, we've been talking a little bit about, you know, why it's important to have balance in general, but as a BCBA, what does that mean to you? Why, and are you doing it now? And if so, what are some things that you do? And if there are things that you want to do or learn? So what about you?
No, I think I touched on this in the Facebook group. I think it was part of my post about how the last place I was working on paper seemed like a dream job. I mean, it really did. It's, you know, being the director of an ABA program and getting to do it the way that I wanted to, it really seemed like it was going to be perfect. But unfortunately, because I was working with people that didn't share the same vision that I shared, it ended up not being so perfect, and ended up that I was coming home, you know, it was supposed to be a 9 to 5, and coming home by 6 o'clock and still having my brain on about work, and just stressed about not just the clients at that point. It was stressed about the business as a whole and the insurance and just everything. And it really like took over, like you were talking about with your previous job. It just kind of took over my life. And I was talking to my husband about it nonstop. And I was talking to you and my friends and everyone about it nonstop. And I don't remember who it was. It might have been a conversation that we had where we just started to figure out, you know, it doesn't have to be like this. You know, ABA is wonderful and being a BCBA is fantastic, but it doesn't have to consume your life. And so after that conversation, I really put some solid thought into it and decided, you know what, I love what I do. And I feel like the only way I'm really going to be able to do it the way I want to do it is if I start a business. And so I did. My friend and I put a lot of thought into the type of business that we wanted to start. We put a lot of thought into how we wanted to treat our employees, that we wanted to convey to them that it was important to, like a lot of people have said, turn your phone off at the end of the day. Don't answer emails at midnight.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that's so important. And there's like this badge of honor that comes along with being stressed that I don't quite understand. And I feel like people will say, oh, you know, I was up all night sending emails or doing work. And like, oh, why? You know, why? Go do something fun. Go out to drinks. Go to a movie. Go do anything with friends and family. Don't spend your whole life working. And so starting that company was my way of saying, you know what? I'm going to balance my life, which sounds crazy because most people that start a company, you think it's going to be all consuming. And it was for a little bit, but now I'm at a point where I have this really nice balance where my day ends when I want it to end. And I can do things that I absolutely love. And part of that is going, like I said, going back into the field of psychology and kind of seeing what else is out there, because ABA is not it. There's so much out there that has been around a lot longer than ABA. And I want to see what that is. And so I think a big part of my balance is going into IEP meetings, ready to listen to the teacher and listen to the speech therapist and listen to the occupational therapist, and not sit there and think, well, I have all the answers and I'm not even going to listen to what they say. So I think that is a huge part about being balanced as well. So yeah, I'm so excited that we've kind of started this conversation, or I'm sure other people have been having it as well, but that we've, really brought a group together now that wants to talk about it.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I've been so surprised by the interest. And I guess, like you said, I'm sure people are talking about it, so we shouldn't be that surprised. But I'm glad that there are so many people who recognize, this is a problem in, a lot of people's lives, but in our field, it's a problem. And if we're going to do all the amazing things that behavior analysts can do, we need to find that work-life balance, and we need to be happy because, it's not all ABA. There's other wonderful things in life, and not even just career, but, spending time with your partner or your friends and family without, doing this the whole time and, checking your emails and being stressed about who's going to email, or, that's not what life's about. And like you've said it, and a couple of the girls in the group have said it, shutting your phone off or putting parameters on when you can get notifications. That's such a simple little thing that you can do, but it's so hard to do it. And it's nice that hopefully we can have a support group now, and share strategies or things that have worked or not worked, or when you've fallen off, or all that stuff that comes with it. Because unfortunately, we have to try to be more balanced. It doesn't come naturally.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And on that note, I know it's Saturday, and here we are talking about balance and being at BCBA's, but I know you have a date night to get to.
That's true.
And I have a nice date on the couch with my puppy watching Netflix because my husband is working tonight. But
okay.
Well,
this is good. So
yeah.
I don't know, in the comments, if people want to kind of put down what they'd like to see us discuss in our next video, because I know we talked about wanting to do this a few more times. So if you have any thoughts or suggestions or topics you'd really like us to address, feel free to comment in the comments, and we'll see what we can do. So
awesome. All right. Thank
you.
Bye.
Well, have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Have fun on your date.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thanks.